that's like, hey, what are you? Did you say the wrong answer? No, it's really not. It's a
Yeah.
human answer and a human question and how we look at life, what we,
Yeah.
who we feel we are to ourselves. And that's so important. So thank you for sharing that information. You know, I utilize my platform in many different ways. And you heard me, I've talked about God and religion, stuff like that. Now, not everyone is religious. And everybody grew up on, knowing God, Jesus, or Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost. That to me is like the norms for me, but that doesn't mean that's for everyone. Have you ever, or are you religious in somewhat, what direction do you really follow? What would be that religion mechanism for you, or belief system, I should say?
Yeah. So I grew up Roman Catholic, went
Hmm.
to
Yes.
church, confirmed and all that. I went to a boarding school, Catholic boarding school.
Okay.
I probably stopped going to church when I was about 18 and started exploring. I was right into Buddhism there for a while when I was younger. I also lived in Thailand. I would say now I've explored a lot of different religions and beliefs. So for me, it's a very more an energy and a universe. So I think everyone and everybody is connected by a higher power, whatever that means to you and whatever, helps you. And that's where like I'm so open to everyone having a belief that supports them. Like it's not about who's got the right belief or the best God or anything like that. It's
Exactly.
just if it's positive and it's helping you, then use that. And I think it's about connection. So I still go to church. I would go to any service. Like if someone said they were a religion and they were my friend and said, "Do you want to come?" I'd go, "Yep, absolutely, let's
Mhm.
go." Um,
Yeah.
because I think it's for me, it's that spiritual, energetic connection, and then there's the physical connection and community that religions and beliefs can bring together to help
Hmm.
people.
Oh, that's wonderful, displayed how you mentioned that, because that's how I feel. I mean, it doesn't matter what religion, long as to me, as long as you're not hurting somebody, you're enjoying to hurt somebody. Now, I know when you look at that in a sense, some people might say, well, technically, that still feels like it's hurting my religion,
Mm.
and the only reason because some people don't believe in war. And that, so I have to say that in that way, that they were like, well, they're hurting people because of this. And the other person,
Mm.
well, you're hurting because of this. So it kind of works in that way, that somebody is still hurting somebody. But for me, as long as you're not practicing, I want to kill this person, I want to do that to that
Yeah.
person, and you feel comfort and like, I that. That's like bullying in so many fashions. I don't, your religion saying to hurt another person. I have a problem with that. Now that I have an
Yeah.
issue with. So it's like, but I feel like like, I don't care what you practice, as long as you're positive. And why do we have to make that such a big deal? You love who you love, and if it makes you feel good, and you get up in the
Mm.
morning and you're a positive person, and we're good. Why religion has to be so debatable? But of course, it is like that. But this is not my platform to make that. I'm
No.
just saying I don't judge
Oh,
nobody. You hear me? We don't judge
yes.
people.
No,
And on
no,
that note,
absolutely not.
exactly,
Yeah.
Caroline. And at
Yeah.
that note, we are going to take a brief commercial, and we'll be right back with them. With the amazing Caroline and beautiful. We'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. Do not go nowhere, fam. We'll be right back. It was because of me having a voice and saying something about what had happened to me, because I can't believe it. I can't believe that these individuals put their good name and their reputation on the line just to hurt somebody because they spoke up. Yes, see, that's what happens when you speak up. I get it, but I'm not fearful because of that. Even though I went through a lot and still go through a lot of things, I got God on my side. And I feel like if that is not enough, then I don't know what it is, because I'm still standing and I'm still telling my story. And I'm going to keep on telling stories. And that is why I like film, because film You'll be able to express things that you went through and experiences and people. You'll be amazed what you can do. Hello, all. Three Corners of Deception movie is now available on Prime Video. How about that? October 14, 2023, on my 50th birthday, I am going to release this, and you guys can go ahead and help me do just that. Go see that movie. Thank you for all the support and not giving up on me. Go see that. Three Corners of Deception. Release me from all the pain and everything I've been through. Go see the movie. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for all of the support. Go see that movie. Prime Video. Prime Video. How about that? God bless you all. I love you all. Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. We're coming live. Woo. We are still with the beautiful and amazing Caroline. Come on in here, Caroline. You're back. You're so witty. I love it. I love it. I love your hair. It's so pretty. I mean, I'm telling you, a breath of sunshine. That's what it is. That's why I look. The light there, girl. The light. I want some. Bring some sun here.
No, you've got
I'm
plenty.
telling you.
You've got plenty.
I know you do. I want to get there. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get there. So you know what? And so I'm glad that we left before. We were talking about religion, how we respect everybody's religion, and that you went on a journey trying different things, and that's wonderful. And I really like that. I like to try different things. And what's interesting, because I grew up Christian, and but I also grew up in the hall as well. I mean, we went to the hall, and Joe Witness, they always was at the door, so we didn't fight that. So we tried that too. So it was like, okay, until you find your direction, say, okay, which one do I want to go? And it's okay not to limit yourself and say, hey, when people ask, is this your church? I'd be like, I have a lot of churches as I feel. I can go here, I can go there. I don't limit myself. And I like to have that perspective on life, especially religion, because you don't feel like you're restricted. You know what I mean? Like you could do anything. And I think that's wonderful to even let people know you could do anything in this world. You don't have to just say, stop at that just because somebody says so. You can keep going until you say that. So that's a little bit of my little speech about religion. So we don't judge nobody here. Here's the thing about it. Now, we go through so many things in this world, and sometimes it is so difficult to deal with things in our life. And we don't know how to deal with it. Now I have a lot of people that's looking and they're viewing us and they're like, well, you guys are not like me. Like, who are you? You're probably perfect tools. No, we're not perfect tools. We're human beings just like you. We bleed, we cry, we scream. Okay. We hurt. You just heard disaster was yesterday and I got through that. And that was one of my kids, actually, you know what I mean? Which is an adult, but still, this is mama's feeling, and it's like, oh my gosh. So that to me is horrible, but we go through these things just like anybody. Has it ever been a situation that you had like this big challenge in your life, and maybe you have many, but just one that you would like to share that you've been through, and it was just like the toughest situation, and you was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of it, but you did. Can you explain a little bit about that experience and how did you get out of it? What did you do?
Yeah. So I guess probably one of my biggest challenges, and yes, there have been many, was I had become a single mum and I was still in addiction. So I was mostly drinking. Alcohol was my biggest issue. So I was drinking a lot. By the time my son was 7, I was still functional. I got to work. I had a
Yeah.
good job. My son went to school. All of that. I was so broken. This had been going on for 2 decades. Inside, I was just full of shame, full of guilt, didn't think I was good enough, lovable, nothing. And I used to wake up every morning to this beautiful child looking at me who was just a ray of sunshine. Like, the universe gave me this beautiful child. And the one day I just went, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this to him. I can't do this to me. And I need to be a better person for him. Um, so that's when I took myself off to a 6-month residential rehab.
Yeah.
And it took 6 months there to then get sober. So that was, 15 years ago now.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for sharing that. That was a challenging moment because addictions, and I've counseled so many people in different addictions. There's all types of different addictions for people.
Yeah.
Don't always have to be drugs, people. It could be something else, or alcohol. It could be alcoholism. It could be anything. Addiction is addiction if you feel like you need it to
Yeah.
survive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes
Absolutely.
we can abuse it. You know what I mean? And the motivation of your child, because you had to be better. You wanted to be better.
Mm.
That right there is so incredible because there's so many other parents out there that didn't even think about that. They didn't even say, hey, you know what, let me put somebody else in important, because at that time I'm sure that this person didn't ask to be here. It was somebody
Mm.
else that wanted them here. That's why I always talk about parents. And no offense, I know we got some kids out there that's some interesting tools because I have them. But at the
Oh
end of
yeah.
the day, I know, we go through our moments.
Yeah.
Don't. Okay, as a being a parent, we go through our
Yeah.
moments. But at the end of the day, I always tell parents, and including myself, they don't ask to be here. Somebody wanted them here. That's what happened. So if child or somebody got them here on a ride,
Mm.
okay? They didn't say,
Yeah.
hey, here's my ticket. You know what I mean? No, somebody purchased that ticket for them and then they jumped on. So why not be better? Why not
Yes.
try to be better for them? And I love your meaning of that and your strength. And I salute you because many people should look at that as a motivation tool because you had that strength and 15 years on. Go ahead, girl. I
Mm.
love it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing that. And on that note, we are going to take a brief commercial and we'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. Don't go nowhere, fam. We're still with the amazing and beautiful Caroline.
I'm a human being, but I'm not perfect. And I have my own flaws, but I'm working in progress. And if you're trying to change something, you're able to do it. You have the power, you have the key to your own success. And with that being said, I'm just glad that I'm able to do this and share other people's testimonies. And I'm so glad that there's many guests that I've already had on the show that have expressed their, challenges or what they've been going through or went through in their life. And I say that is because they're not perfect. So it's good that it was really hard for me to do that movie sometime because at that time, because 10 years ago is what I went through. It wasn't then. So I had to take, even they say you play yourself. It's not really always easy to play yourself. You have to play yourself 10 years ago when your
Right.
mind was discombobulated and you felt betrayed. You know what I mean? You felt like, life was just not it. And, not in my situation. And it is based on true events. And, unfortunately, it's about judicial deception, but it's also about romance and drama and divorce. It's something that just went to a different way. But as I changed it and went into a movie. But what's interesting about this situation, people don't understand. It's a flow technique for me. That was my release to finish this movie.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. We're coming live. Woo! We are still with amazing Caroline. Come on in here, Caroline. All
Woo.
right.
I would sing, but I don't quite have as beautiful a voice as yours.
Oh, thank you. I'll be trying though. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be like, well, let me go ahead and try a little bit here and see. But I have done some things on soundtracks in my own movie Love at First Sight, that's me. One of my daughters wrote the lyrics, well, some of the lyrics, and I do a duet with
Mhm.
Sean Cornelius, and it's called Love at First Sight. If you ever see the movie Three Corners of Deception, that's my movie, available on Prime Video. And if you do see that, then you hear that song, that's me singing in there. So
Beautiful.
I do try to do a
Beautiful.
little here and there. Yeah, I'll be trying. Thank you. I appreciate you. You know what? And on that note, and like I said, so thank you again for, sharing your challenge. And it's just like, I commend you, and I'm always going to say that. And it gets me
Mm.
speechless on certain things because I know how difficult it can be. And I know the challenge was difficult for you to go through because, like I told you, I counseled for many years before I became a psychologist. And that's what driven me. But I've counseled a lot of people with addictions and stuff like that. So I know what's challenge. It's like fighting yourself inside. And that's what people don't understand. And I know it's like your enemy is yourself until you
Mm.
realize, hey, what that's really about. You know what I mean? And deal with that. So thank you again for sharing. There's things that we do in life, but here's the thing about it. You do so many things for other people. And you also mentioned family. But what do you think about self-care and how important is that for you? Because sometimes we forget that that's not important, and it is important. We need to take care of ourselves. I know I take care of elderly. I have some children, they're adult children, and I got a teenager, and I still have to find time to take care of number one. Because if I don't, I can't do nothing for anybody because I'm just breaking down inside. So how do you practice self-care?
Yep, and I couldn't agree more. And I learnt the hard way how important
Mhm.
self care was. And I would say, like, getting sober certainly wasn't the easiest point in my life because it was in some ways easier when I had alcohol to manage everything and just forget everything. So then I came into the world and had to face people and emotions and all of that. I went through a couple of really difficult personal relationships, work, bullying situations that sort of brought me to my knees. And that's when I learned I exercise and mindfulness became part of my life to get me through my mental health challenges that I was facing, and depression and anxiety. And from that, I now have a routine where my self care is absolutely not negotiable. And every
Yeah.
morning, pretty much, unless something's absolutely urgent, every morning I will go out to the beach, I will do exercise, I will do meditation, I will have a coffee, I will chat to friends, I will have a couple of hours very early in the day. Hopefully watch a sunrise because that just inspires me. And anything that happens then after that never seems so bad. So that's how I
Wow.
build it to be. And I say to people and clients that I coach, I say the best thing you can do for other people is be the best version of you. And the best version of you needs love first.
Oh my goodness. That is wonderful. And it's true. If you don't love
Mm.
yourself, how can you love anyone else?
Yeah.
And I think that is so important. I know some people are down because they're not where they want to be in life. Okay, people, who said that? Isn't that some
Mm.
pedestal that they put themselves on? I mean, you did it. Who's
Mm.
doing that to you? And if somebody else around your circle is doing that, then you need not to be around them. So
Yeah.
we could take care of ourselves because some people feel like they can't take care of themselves because they're fighting to be somebody else. And that's the problem. And so I'm so
Mm.
glad that you said that because we do need to take care of ourselves. And I would love to walk on the beach all day, but guess what? I can't do that. But that doesn't mean I can't still take care of
Yeah.
myself. See, some
Yeah.
people will say that with the comment. They were, well, you get to walk on the beach. Okay, but I said walk. What? You can't go
Mm.
outside and walk? So you got
Yeah.
to think about it. When you look at it, it's just enjoying the nature, good or bad. You could still go
Yes.
walk because she had said walking people is common. Meditation is common. Loving yourself is number one. And I think that is so important that people need to constantly drill in their minds. Love yourself. Because you're still a human being. You can still do something in life. So stop being so hard on yourself and love
Mm.
yourself because Caroline has said, love yourself. That's the first two. I love it. Thank you so much, because that's so important. I think people need to realize that, loving yourself. So
Yeah.
thank you for
And
sharing that.
yeah,
Now,
and like I said, you're giving everyone. It's a benefit to everyone else. So
that's
it's
right.
take away that selfish bit because you're doing it for other people. A lot of people say it's too selfish, but it's not. It's self care, not
Well,
selfish.
yeah. Where did I get that from? I heard that so many times. Like, it's selfish. Okay, it's selfish not to take care of yourself. How's that?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm not. And my son when he was 11 used to say to me, "Mum, maybe you should go for a run," because he worked out that I was a better person and less cranky after I'd had self care.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, well, there you go. Good
Yeah,
recommendation. It helps.
exactly.
Because it's really, if you feel like you're like this, what is it, commercial? You need a Snicker and then you get a Snicker, you're fine. You know what I mean? You're grumpy. Yeah, that's how life is. Do
Yeah,
something a little bit, enjoying. Some people feel like, oh, I can't do that because it takes money involved. These things that she said did not take no money involved. I did not hear her say, out now. I might say, I need to go get me a massage. I need to get my nails done. I might say that. But she didn't say that. She had said, walk in the park, people. Walk on the beach. There's a beach somewhere or a lake somewhere.
yeah.
You can get up and
Anywhere
walk.
outside. And
Anywhere.
nature. I'm very big,
That's
like you do
it.
exercise inside, but I think connection to nature, even going out and just sitting in your backyard or on your deck outside in fresh
Yes.
air, in a chair, looking at nature is
That's right.
can shift your state. That's the thing people realize. It's actually quite easy to shift your state just by changing your environment slightly.
Wow. You know what? That is amazing. And it's true. Because I've had a guest on here, and what she said, she opens the door in her backyard and she
Yeah.
gonna hug a maple tree.
Mm.
She gets something out of
Mm.
that. I said, well, I'm gonna start hugging me some trees because
Yeah.
I need joy. And because she does the animals, she has animals, and she just felt she brought that in. It's like just enjoying life and that vicinity. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
just loved her perspective on that, and I just was like, wow. But it does, because what's wrong with open the back door to the yard and just go ahead and take it in? Just
Mm.
do that, people. It'll release the negativity and bring some positivity. And on that note, we are going to take a brief commercial. And we'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network. Don't go nowhere, friend. We'll be right back. Hello, all. Three Corners of Deception movie is now available on Prime Video. How about that? October 14, 2023, on my 50th birthday, I am going to release this, and you guys can go ahead and help me do just that. Go see that movie. Thank you for all the support and not giving up on me. Go see that. Three Corners of Deception. Release me from all the pain and everything I've been through. Go see the movie. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for all of the support. Go see that movie. Prime Video. Prime Video. How about that? God bless you all. I love you all. Because you mentioned and said, I believe in God and I surrendered. And when someone is addicted to something, it's a challenge. It's tough. What was that moment that you said, I can't do it anymore?
Well, in book number 2, I talk about how I've been to prison. My prison number is 589931. I'll have that number for the rest of my life. It's just not a functional number. I talk about how I was delivered from a homosexual lifestyle. I talk about how I had a man that left me for another man. I talk about how I had a man that was HIV but never told me, but I'm sitting here today. I don't have AIDS, HIV. And I have a lot of people always say, your immune system was so strong. No, that was the blood of Jesus that covered me.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network, where we're coming live. Woo! Oh yeah, my engineer, he just threw that go Knicks. Well, go Celtics. Woo-hoo-hoo. I like Knicks too, but if I had to pick which one, I know. He's gonna get me. Come on, Caroline. Come on back in here. Yeah, my engineer, we be doing this real rebel against each other about the basketball. I don't follow basketball as much. I mean, he does. He's a ride or die Knicks fan. And I love me my Celtics, but I told him that I'm from Boston, so I love Celtics. But my dad's from New York. I can like Knicks too. So, but see, and I live in Indiana, so I'm okay with the Patriots as well. And I think my mom's from Cleveland, so I like Cleveland too. So I'm just like all over the world, right? But I have to tell, don't tell nobody, but I really like a good game. So whoever's winning, I'm there. So, and I know he's gonna be like, but I love a good game, so I have to throw that out there because I love a good game. Whoever it is, I love a good game. Let's fight to the end. It's wonderful.
I love basketball. I used to play basketball, so that's
You
like one of my
did?
favorite.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we come from a family like that too. My sister played, and my other sister played, and my son played. So I'm just like, okay. I mean, they played early on and all that stuff. My son played and all that. So, but love the sport. Love it. I can follow that more than football. But football, I'm starting to do better because I'm a ride or die Patriots fan now. Love my Patriots. I don't care. I know they be screwing up sometimes, but I still, they in my heart. I have to say that. So with that being said, you know what, Caroline, I have to ask you, I know that you have explained things about yourself, and I always try to understand where's one's thinking and how do they get where they are today. So here's my question for you. I know you're an author. Do you have a book there? And can you explain a little bit about your book? Okay. I want you to, bring that up so I can get a good look there. Yeah, empowering the world. Oh, I love it. Wow. Oh, empowered women at top. Okay. So I want you to tell me a little bit about that book and also where can people find that book? And I know this is kind of a loaded question. Why did you get in the field that you are in now as a life coach?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
So I wrote the book with a group of women that I was in a coaching mastermind with. We self-published and we just helped each other get through the whole journey together. So we didn't have publishers or anything. We all did it ourselves. And that, I guess, was the start, actually. That was my first book, which you can get on my website, carolinebellenger.com, or Amazon. But that was my start of going, I love working with women. I love being there to support women because I've found that, a lot of women don't necessarily have the confidence that a lot of men do. They may have the talent, the ability, the experience, more so, but they don't put themselves first. They don't put themselves out there. They don't talk about how amazing they are. And that's what led me into having a gym, first off, personal trainer. Then I had a small gym, but I'm not into diets or anything like that because I love my food so much. I'm just into being healthy and happy. So that's where I just met all these women, and I talk about them, about building their self-esteem and loving themselves. And I'm just so passionate about helping women find themselves and share that with the world, because I think women have such a powerful, especially in today's age where there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of division, a lot of hatred out there. And I just think the world needs more of that love, that compassion, that kindness that comes, quite innately natural for most women. And men too. There's men out there too. Don't get me wrong. There's some absolutely amazing men out there who I adore. But I think women have a especially important role to play in the future and the present stage that the world is in at the moment. And I want to help women be that voice.
Oh, I just love it. Thank you. No, you're right. There's men. We hear you, men. We love you, men. I do. Love me some men. So we're not saying this is no men versus women, women versus men. No, we
No.
just saying that we just know that the woman holds a lot, okay? And you should understand, because if you had a bowl of jelly beans, all the different colors, that's the woman. And you got just black and white jelly beans, that's the man, because you're easier to figure out. We just need you to understand to figure out, take some time to figure out the woman too, because the woman has to go back and forth with some things that, maybe it is some disadvantages. And we, as a man, I would think that you probably can see there's disadvantages for women. You can go on to a lot of different specialisms. You see a lot of men that hold those titles, and you might see one woman, okay? And I could go on and on and on. So it's not about that. It's just that, are we getting equal this or equal that? So I get what you're saying. You're a woman, you see disadvantages. You see that we don't build character as much or confidence as well, as a man does, because you might have more opportunities than a woman. Yeah, that self-doubt will be right there. Like, if I was a man, you wouldn't treat me that way. Think about it. I say, when you go to the mechanic, I've watched a guy, and this just happened the other day. I watched a guy sit up there on the phone. Somebody referred me, happened to be a gentleman, and said, hey, why don't you go ahead and utilize this? He gave him a great deal. And I asked him, he said, I'll call you right back. I said, okay, call me right back. There was no deal. He ran up this bill and this was just a diagnostic situation. I said, I know my friend would not accept that, because that was how much it cost to fix the problem. And you talking about just a diagnostic? I said, wow, what is he doing? So he seen me coming, and he figured, well, I'll call you. And he kept saying, I'll call you after. Well, why couldn't you talk to me in front of the gentleman that the gentleman's referring me? See, and that's what I'm talking about. Stuff like that. You kind of get self-doubt. Like, if I was a man, would you have did it? Because that man would have said, nah, I'm not going for that. You know what I mean? So I get it. We do get taken advantage of in certain situations. That's all right, because all you men can is just let you know I got brothers. So I go to my brother and I'm like, can you go check that out for me? So I do know that. So if it don't sound right, it ain't right. So I go right back to the source of, oh, you should have called me. And that's my brother. So I gotta say that. I do. I have to. I'm telling you. So yes, no. But I respect you on that. Wow, that's amazing. We're going to have to take a break. But when we get back, I want you to tell people how they find you, like your social media, stuff like that. You got a website. Because you said you do life coaching as well. Yeah. And I want to know that people are hearing us right now, and I want them to be able to get in touch with you. They want some life coaching and stuff like that, because, like I said, building someone's confidence is difficult, but we are all followers before we realize we are leaders. And that is so important for people to understand. Even though they think that, hey, I don't follow. Yeah, you are. Because you haven't found that niche yet. It's okay to be a follower. Just be careful who you follow. That's all. That's what we do. Be careful who you follow. And we're trying to lead you in that better path. Okay. So on that note, we'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV now. Do not go nowhere. We'll be right back with the amazing and talented, woo, Caroline. It was an interesting moment for me at the time, because I really wasn't seeking someone, or anyone, I should say. I just hoped if I did meet someone, that they would be a positive person to meet. Everything he was saying and doing was making me fall in love with him.
A lot of people quit going, that's just how it got to be. But she keeps on fighting and it takes a lot of guts. No, justice, no faith! You two are like two immature cartoon characters. Objection. Where's any of this evidence of this? Order!
I'm sanctioning you for $15,000.
I would like to see my son.
This is all about a child. A poor boy born to her back.
You're trying to have a judge removed.
I'll sanction her for thousands of dollars for coming to court.
How much money is Mr. K and Mr. G paying you and your fellow judges to keep this woman away from her child?
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on the Bold and Brave TV network, where we're coming live. Woo! Yes, we are. We're back. Okay, come on back, Caroline. Come on back. All right, all right. Welcome, beautiful. There you go. She is back. Yes, thank you. All right. You know, it's a blast, Caroline. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad. Thank you for being a guest on the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show.
Oh.
It's just a blast to having you. You are sunshine, my dear. I'm telling you, I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know what? So I know you mentioned your book, Empower Women, and I want you to re-edit that. So where they can find the book and your social medias and website, so people can, reach out. And you are a life coach. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So success coaching, I do success coaching for women. So I do business coaching as well, because I love making sure that women aren't putting their business first. Financial success and scale, but focus on your well-being. So yeah, my website is www.carolinebellenger.com. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Caroline Bellenger Official. I'm on TikTok, where I might do a dance or two, and LinkedIn as well. But yeah, so you can get my book on those sites.
Yes.
You can, just find me. I'm always sharing little tips and my struggles and my challenges, plus how I get through it. And a little bit, I try to, just be real and share some positive stuff on my social media as well. And yeah, I've got a couple of other books as well, but and I love speaking, so sometimes I'm doing speaking gigs as well. So I'm always sharing stuff. I love giving. I want people to be as
wonderful
as you and I when we met each other on the dance floor. I want them to have that same joy.
I know, we were acting up, wasn't we? Oh, we was acting up. We had a good time. We lit it up. That's what we do. We were litting it up. You're a good dancer. We was getting it on. We was like, hey, we're gonna do our thing. There's nothing wrong with that. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. You know what, Caroline, if it's one thing that you live by, is there any quote that you live by? I know there was a quote from my dad: never give up, never stop trying. And is it,
you are enough exactly as you are, right here, right now.
well said. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You are enough right here, right now. Wow. I like that, because I am. And that's what you guys say. I am. I love it. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, it's always a pleasure, my dear. Thank you again for being a guest on the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on Bold and Brave TV network. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you are looking for the Dr. Meleeka Clary, yes, you can find me on my social medias. Like I told you, my social medias. I couldn't even get that out. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, YouTube, Snapchat, and Google, or my website, drmeleekaclary.com. You can find me. If you look for the show, and we usually be on YouTube. I think we had a minute there or something. If you don't find this one, I think we repost something. You might be confused. But anyway, I'm still there. So just find me on the different platforms, Spotify and all these other platforms. Like I said, just Google me. Don't worry. I'm here for you. I always bring guests down here, and I welcome every guest because they come from all walks of life, and they always have something to say about something they've been through. The show is not scripted. I can't tell people how to say something. This is an organic situation here. When I ask them a question, that's their answer, because they're human beings, people. So when you say that they're not like you, well, they are. They handle situation maybe a little differently than you do, but that doesn't mean that they don't have situations or challenges, and including myself. Life is too short, people. Let's try to enjoy it. Forget what you can't do. Why don't you remember what you can do? Because I think that's the important thing. I think I almost took my little hair out. Look at that. It was just coming away. So I think it's so important for you to remember what you can do in life. So forget what you can't do. Let's look at what you can do at this moment and think about that. So, or what you're willing to do. You love somebody, tell them you love somebody. Don't wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. If you want to do something, try to do something different. And it doesn't mean that you have to go ahead and say, I want to go get on a jet or something. If you can't do it, okay, you can't do it. That's out of your financial means. But there's other things you can do. All right. So try thinking differently. But remember, think positive, because that's what's important. Try to think positive, people. And I hope you get that out of the Dr. Meleeka Clary show. I do the show for you to help you think differently towards a positive. So remember, enjoy the rest of the day. Wherever you are, try to enjoy the rest of the day and the weekend to come. And if no one said I love you, well, I'm going to say I love you. Why? Because somebody didn't tell you, and I love you. It bothers me when you don't feel good about you. But if that is the thing that is worried you, that someone didn't say I love you, I love you. I want you to be okay. And that's why I do what I do. I care about people. So I love you. And thank you again for tuning into the Dr. Meleeka Clary show on the Bold and Brave TV network. Take care of yourself, and God bless you all. Mwah.
You've been watching the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. Tune in next week as Dr. Meleeka will help you shift towards a better life. But this show doesn't stop there. She'll provide helpful tips regarding surviving the entertainment industry and the judicial system with practical information. Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, here on the Bold Brave TV network.